Alright, this is going to be a tutorial of how to put together the countertop aquaponics system. In this tutorial we're just going to deal with drilling all of the holes that need to be cut. I've got a couple of different kinds of bits here. Either kind of drill bit will work. This is a hole saw. If you have access to one of those, they're really nice. But something like this spade bit will also work very nicely. So I'll be demonstrating both in this tutorial. The first thing we need to do, first of all we need to drill is in the grow bed. This is going to be your smaller tub. And what we want to do is just drill a hole, and it's going to be a 1-inch hole that is at least 3 inches from any of the sides. So I prefer to drill it somewhere, close to the middle but offset to one side. You can drill it wherever you want as long as it's at least 3 inches from any of the sides. So I'm going to measure that out, and I think the best place on this one is going to be right here. And with the hole saw, you just place the end of the drill bit right where you want the hole and just go to town. As you can see, I have a nice 1-inch hole there. You may want to take the plastic plug that gets in the bit here and pull it out, just so that it doesn't get stuck up inside. Alright, so there's our 1-inch hole in the base of our grow bed. The other thing that we need to do here now is we need to drill a hole that is aligned with it in the lid. So the best way to do that for me is just to set this on top, and then what I'm going to do is just kind of poke this down through and make a mark with the end of the drill bit on the top of the lid there, and that'll kind of give me a place. You can use a Sharpie to try and mark that out. Depending on the geometry of your lid, you may be able to just set it on top and drill from there. I'm just going to do this. So I've found my mark here. And now I've got a hole in the lid. This should actually match exactly with the hole in the bottom of the tub, which it does. So I've got one hole that goes all the way down through. This is eventually going to be sitting on top of our larger tub, and that'll allow for the water to drain out of the grow bed and back into the fish tank. So the next holes we're going to drill are here in this larger tub. We need to drill a hole that is big enough to run a plug through from our pump. So we're going to be drilling a hole for that, and then also a hole for the water tube. And it doesn't exactly matter where you draw this hole or where you drill this hole, so long as you're going to be above the water line. So I would just drill it somewhere near the top, and just in one of the sides here. So that's a 1-inch hole. That should be big enough to fit a plug through. If you have to use a bigger bit, if your plug is bigger, you may have to use a bigger bit. The next hole we're going to drill is going to be for our water tube. Now the tube I have is a 5/8 inch outside diameter. You'll want to look at that when you purchase your tube. It doesn't necessarily matter what the outside diameter is, as long as you drill a hole that's big enough to let that through. So where it's a 5/8 inch outside diameter, I'm just going to drill a 3/4 inch hole. You may have to drill something different depending on what tube you buy. And I'm just going to drill this right next to the previous hole I drilled. Okay, so now I have two holes here, one larger hole to fit the plug from the pump cord, and then a slightly smaller hole to fit the water tube. The last hole that we need to drill, which I almost forgot, is we need to drill a second hole here in the lid. And this is just going to allow for feeding the fish without having to take the grow bed off of the fish tank. So what you're going to do is just select a spot that's near the edge where this tub is not going to interfere with it as much as possible. So I'm going to look here for a good spot. I think actually right here near the edge would be the best spot. So I'm just going to drill a hole here, and this will allow for some feeding. That way you can add some fish feed without actually having to remove the top part of the assembly. You can even, if you have enough room, you can even use like a small kitchen funnel or something to funnel the food down in. We also need to drill some holes in our bell. This can be any cup-shaped object. This is a really big one, but it doesn't matter as long as it is tall enough to allow a ½ inch of clearance above our drain tube. You'll see what that looks like in the next tutorial. But this is plenty big. You could use an old mayonnaise, plastic mayonnaise jar, anything that you can drill some holes in. I'm just going to drill some ½ inch holes around the edge of this. The size and spacing of the holes isn't particularly important, just as long as they're down near the edge of whatever bell you're using. So you can see I've drilled several holes around the bottom edge of this, so that's going to be a really good bell for us, and that's how you get that ready. What we're going to do first is we're going to assemble the drain for our grow bed. Now this is going to use just a standard, this is just going to use a standard swamp cooler drain kit. You can buy these at most hardware stores. Comes with a nylon drain that's got threads on the outside and on the inside, a nylon nut that goes around that drain, a washer or a rubber gasket to prevent leaks, and then this standpipe here. So the first thing we need to do is take our rubber gasket here and fit it over our nylon drain so that it goes all the way up to the top like so. Then we simply thread the drain through the hole that we drilled in the bottom of the grow bed. And you do this just like threading anything else, just kind of work it into the hole and then twist until it goes through. So once you have the drain started through the hole, you need to then take the lid and thread that on as well. And generally you can get this tight enough just with your hands, but if you feel like you need to, it's okay to use a wrench to get this nice and snug. So now I've got that drain installed. This is pretty much attached now, so that's good. Now I just take the nylon nut, thread this over the drain just as an extra security here, and that's going to stay there forever. Again, you don't need to get it super tight, just nice and snug. If you get it too tight, you can actually break the nylon nut there. Last thing to install the drain is just to install the standpipe, and you just thread that down into the drain. Again, just get it snug, and that should be good. So now we have our drain kit installed. into our grow bed, and that's ready to go. Okay, the last part of this is just to install our pump and water tube. I have a pump here. You can get these in the garden section by like the fountains and everything at Lowe's or Home Depot, or you can get them online. This is just a 90 gallon per hour pump. You can probably go as low as 40 gallons per hour, as long as it's submersible. So you can stick these anywhere in the bottom of your fish tank. Just use the suction cups, and then thread the cord through the hole that you drilled. These actually do stick better when they're wet, so mine may not stick super well. Okay, so that pump is ready to go there. Now we just need to install the water tube. And when you purchase your water tube, you want to purchase that so that the inside diameter of the water tube is the same as the outside diameter of your pump outlet, so that they fit together. The outside diameter of this tube doesn't matter as long as you've drilled your hole large enough. And so this is pretty simple. We just thread that over the top of our pump on the outlet there, then through the water tube hole that we've drilled. And as you can see, this water tube is quite long, probably a lot longer than we need. So you can actually cut this using a utility knife or something like that, or if you have some sort of pipe cutters, those will work also. Set the grow bed on top here, and I'm just going to cut this to length here, leave us some extra. And now we have our water tube. So that's just going to go into this. If you want to, you can drill another hole and have this go in nicely, or you can just kind of let it sit down inside your grow bed with the clay pellets. Okay, so the last part of this is to add our clay pellets and our bell. So this bell just goes over the top of our standpipe like so. Really simple. And then we simply add our expanded clay pellets. Okay, so I've added about 10 quarts or so of expanded clay pellets. You just want enough to get this mostly full. Got our water tube in, I've got our bell installed, the pump is underneath here. The only thing left to do is fill this with water and get the pump cycling. At that point you're ready to add your plants, and if you're doing a fishless cycle, start adding ammonia to the water. Or if you're doing a with fish initial cycle, you can go ahead and add your fish. Okay, so I'm going to demo here how to use seed paper if you are in the middle of the winter and you can't get starter seedlings or anything like that at your local nursery. This is another alternative. And this is really simple. We just have some seed paper that has some basil seeds in it. And all you have to do is kind of work this down into your clay pellets. And as long as you've got water cycling into your grow bed, you really shouldn't have to do anything else. Those should sprout. The other thing with adding plants is your grow light. We have just a daylight 42 watt bulb here that will just screw into one of these light fixtures. And this light fixture has a clamp so that you can attach this if you have like a lamp stand or a camera tripod or an overhanging cupboard or anything like that, you can use this to attach this and just hang it above your grow bed like so. So that's an option. You can also buy commercial grow lights. I've found them at Walmart before, or you can order them online. So there's a lot of different options for grow lights, but this works well.